So this is really confusing. Islam was asked about his move to middleweight, which has been teased by certain people, some of his coaching staff as well. Or no, is move to welterweight. Middleweight is also a possibility though, but welterweight. Islam was asked about it, and Islam doesn't necessarily like the idea of fighting Belal or Shavkat. He respects both of them and doesn't really want to fight either of them. I know why he doesn't want to fight Belal, especially because Belal trains under Camp Khabib. But yeah, it's confusing because Islam really wants a second belt. He's even said recently that he doesn't want to leave the UFC or MMA in general without a second championship belt in a different weight class. So, and I think it's crucial for him to try his luck, to try his skill set at a different weight, especially given how much he's been dominating lightweight. He he more than deserves a shot at a different weight class at being the champion, because we've seen other champions get like one defense and call for a shot at a different weight class. So I think Islam's earned it. It just confuses me because if you don't like the idea of fighting the champion at a different weight class, why are you going to move to that weight class? So because Islam said this, I think that Islam's going to move to middleweight instead, because regardless of whether or not Belal or Shavkat wins their fight, the winner is going to rule the welterweight division. And there are a lot of really good welterweight fighters. I just think Belal and Shavkat are the top two fighters of that food chain, because Belal is extremely well-rounded, improving his grappling, really great striking, and knows how to point fight. Shavkat has extremely great grappling, and he knows what to do to win. He's extremely, loved, strong fan base, rightfully so, though. Before Ian Gary, he had a 100% finish rate. Nobody survived a fight with him. I think he has a really good chance at beating all the up-and-comers. And I think Belal has a better chance at beating all the up-and-comers just because of how well-rounded he is. And like I said, the fact that he trains under Camp Khabib. He's got extremely great grappling. And the point fighting know-how can take fighters a really long way, because if a fight goes to a decision, you've done the work to secure that decision. So Islam is confusing me with this, and because of this, I have to say that I predict that he's going to move to middleweight, because if he doesn't like the sound of fighting the champion at welterweight, the next best thing is middleweight. And it's not really the best thing because, like I said, compared to other middleweight fighters, Islam is short. Islam's got great grappling and striking, don't get me wrong, but height plays a huge factor in MMA. I think it could really affect how successful Islam is at that weight class. But I could be wrong, and Islam could come out there and look just like he looks at lightweight, maybe even better, So who knows? Islam's 5'10". That's not extremely short, but it's short for that division. It really is. We got like some 6'2"ers, 6'3" guys, 6'4" guys. It's basically like 6'1" and above at that weight class, with the exception of a few. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know the move that Islam makes next. I hope it's a good one. I look forward to seeing what it will be. If he makes the move to welterweight, I guess it's just going to be a whole lot of controversy and unsureness in terms of if the fight really is going to happen or what, But because of how Islam feels about those two fighters, Belal and Shavkat, I think he's going to have to make the move to middleweight if he hopes at all to get a second championship belt at a different weight class. It's just what it is, It's just confusing. It's hard to predict, just because of what he said. If he didn't say that, if he was totally open to it, then yeah, he could definitely make the move to welterweight and try his luck there. It would definitely be easier for him because at his height, welterweight is more manageable. You have more fighters at that height, But at middleweight, it's dangerous because these taller guys have a huge range advantage, and it's not like incredibly huge, but it's pretty huge, And like I said, height means a lot in MMA. So that range advantage is going to make it easier for them fighters to hit Islam and make it harder for Islam to hit them. you know. So, but like I said, the Dagestani fighters, they always find a way. So they may find a way. Islam will be able to find some way to level the playing field and be just as effective as he is at lightweight, or at least I hope they'll be able to do that. Because I like watching entertaining fights. I'm not a big Dagestani fighter fan, but like I said, I like watching entertaining fights and seeing the movement of the Dagestani know-how from lightweight to a different weight class is an interesting thing to see. I think there's a bit of that with Sharputin Magomedov, but I'd like to see more of that in other weight classes. Because the Dagestani fighters aren't trying to just be about grappling now. They're trying to, involve striking and make it more entertaining. So it'd be nice to see what they can do at a different weight class. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.